So this week in class we covered customer service, and our video on the street assignment this week is to talk about two customer service experiences, one being a positive, one being a negative. I'm sure plenty of people have a really good negative, but I also have a really good positive. So I'll start with that. My most recent positive customer service experience actually happened probably about a week ago. My wife and I recently moved to a new apartment, and in doing so, we were moving over our Verizon internet to our new place. And anyone knows that moving into a new place, switching or transferring internet service can be quite challenging. But I talked to the Verizon person that morning. They said no problem, everything's good to go. So I moved all my equipment over that evening after we moved in, and I went to set up my internet, and it didn't work. And this time it was pretty late at night because we were moving all day, and we were already super tired from a long drive and then having to move. And so I didn't even know if I was going to get anyone, but I got on the phone and I gave Verizon a call, and I was able to get a hold of a customer service representative. And I thought they were just going to do the normal runaround, and then, it's late, and then just say, oh, we're just going to have to schedule someone to come out and, set up your internet. This should have been a simple self-install. I mean, the place was already wired for Verizon. I just needed to hook up my equipment, but for some reason when I did, it didn't work. So I explained that to the customer service agent, and they were super friendly, and they had me do a couple things, and it did not work, and then they had me do some more, and it did not work, and it was getting later, and I was really getting frustrated because I needed internet. I know we had assignments. We're in the middle of class. We have assignments and things that we need to get completed and done, and so I really wanted to make sure we get that set up. And I think the customer service agent can sense that, and they kind of just assured me, saying, "Hey, listen, I'm in here for the long haul. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna do a bunch of different things, and I'm just gonna be here until we get it squared away." And that was really nice, really assuring. And they stayed with me on the phone for a couple hours until finally we did a whole bunch of different workarounds and different solutions, and finally we got it set up and working. And I think that was just such a positive experience, especially dealing with a major corporation like that. Sometimes it's just really easy to fall into the trap of giving bad customer service. So that was my positive. My negative happened about 2 years ago. We're big skiers in our house, and my wife and I had planned a ski trip to British Columbia. We were headed to Fernie. Not our first time in British Columbia, but for our first time headed to Fernie, and we were super, super excited. We got to the airport, all of our equipment, all of our ski gear, and it wasn't even cold in the area that I was living at the time, and somehow the plane had to sit on the runway for some de-icing or something that made us delayed to our connection in Chicago, which ultimately made us miss our flight to Calgary. And so I was already worried because us and our bags got separated. And so we landed in Calgary, and I just had this pit in my stomach that our stuff wasn't going to be there. And sure enough, they had lost all of our luggage. And normally we were pretty good about keeping some of it with us as carry-ons, but we put everything and checked everything just to make it easy. And they lost everything, all of our ski equipment, all of our clothes. I mean, we had nothing. And so they said, oh, well, it's coming tomorrow, so don't worry about it. We'll have it sent to you. So, we go to Walmart that night. We get a bunch of the essentials just to make it through. Get into our hotel super late because it was a 4-hour drive. And the next morning we wake up, call the airline. Oh, we can't find it. Next day, another day goes by, can't find it. Another day goes by, can't find it. So essentially we spent all this money pre-booking a ski trip, including ski passes, for a week. And the airline never found, didn't find our stuff and return it to us until the very last day, the day before we flew out. And what made it so negative is that we continued to kind of contact them and they just weren't responsive. Finally, we ended up doing some runarounds and kind of finding where they were going to send our ski equipment to, and they were flying it into a different airport, and then it was going to be delivered to us. And so we went to the airport, and we got there, and the customer service agent was like, I think they might be coming, I'm not sure. So we waited around. The airport was a pretty good drive away. We waited around, and then finally he got a hold of someone, and they just put all of our very expensive ski equipment on a Greyhound bus and then just sent it by itself. And so then we had to drive all the way back. Finally got a hold of our ski equipment. Didn't end up skiing the whole entire trip. Lost all of that money. And then when we contacted the airline again about maybe some reimbursement, at least some vouchers for the plane ticket, they gave us nothing for it, and essentially left it at that. And I think that's just horrible customer service. And I think this was really this was before a lot of the airlines were really taking fire for a lot of the bad things they were doing as far as luggage and stuff like that. And so we never got anything out of it. No money back. We lost a lot of money on that trip. But we are happy that we got our ski equipment back, which is even more money. So yeah, those are my two customer service experiences. Yep.